Welcome to week 2, chapter 2, whatever you want to call it, of, oh my God, I'm turning 40. This is technically my 40th year, if you count from birth. So tonight, we are in my bathroom because it's the best lighting I had last minute because my 5-year-old son and my dog are in my room. And, I'm not really worried about all the other crap. I really just wanted sleep and peace. So this was one of those nights where we just let it go. Real mom, real life person, just kind of charting my journey of what it feels like to turn 40, what my experiences are. If you can relate to any of this, God bless you. If you can't, maybe you'll find it funny. I don't know. So today, this week, topics, things, what to cover, whatever. The work-life balance totally sucks. It doesn't exist, and I'm really not going to dwell or spend much time on that. But I think last week I touched base about a Jeep. Well, this Jeep had been sitting for quite some time, and it is in seemingly very nice condition. But when you leave a car sit for any length of time, things happen. It's a piece of machinery. Machines are not meant to sit. They're meant to work and be cars driven. And with that being said, tonight's topic is going to be all about independence. You can do it. You don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Listen, if you want a man in your life and you don't like doing these things, that's okay. More power to you, honey. You get yourself a man who's going to do all the dirty work for you. That is okay. That's not me, though. I am Miss Independent. I don't like to depend on anybody for anything. I like to do everything on my own, and I hate asking for help unless I desperately need it, and then I begrudgingly ask for help. It's a personality type thing. So I got this Jeep, been driving around having some issues with it, and turns out that my dad's teachings of my youth paid off. So I was able to diagnose and recognize just by driving this vehicle, smells, such things, sounds, that the caliper piston was sticking. If you need to Google some of what I'm talking about, it's okay. Don't feel bad. And if you don't need to Google it, high five, sister. So the caliper piston is sticking, and what happens is that there's a little cup-shaped thing on the inside of your brakes. And when you push that pedal down, that little cup pushes out and pushes against your brake pads, and that's kind of what slows you down. That's not exactly how it happens, and that may not be what you would learn at an automotive school, but for all intents and purposes, that's my explanation. Made it short and sweet. So what was happening is that little cup thing that pushes against the brake pads was stuck to the brake pad, and it wasn't going back, and the brake pads weren't coming off the spinny thing called a rotor. So it was constantly applying the brake even when I was trying to go. That causes major problems. So I stripped everything down, got it all off. No! Why would life ever go that easy for me? I swear Murphy's Law is just whipping down on me like nobody's business on a daily basis. So, couldn't even get the wheels off. This Jeep has wheel lock lug nuts. Sounds like, oh, okay. So I get the key. It's like a special lug nut thing that, it's like a special socket that sits on top of the lug nut and has a little funky pattern in it. That's the key. It fits in the lock that matches the pattern. So I use 2 of these and break them. My husband is helping. Turns out somebody had over tightened these. So now I got to get these freaking things off. So I'm Googling and YouTubing and all over the place because I'm not calling my dad and asking him for help. No, that's not me. I don't need a man. I am Miss Independent. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how spiteful I'm being. I'm going to do it all by myself. That was like my first sentence when I was 3. If you know me, that's funny. So finally found some stuff. And I'm like, balls to the wall. Let's get her done. Boom. Showtime. Nice day out. Bam. So I go to Napa Auto Parts and I dropped like $500 on whatever I needed. Now, granted, I get half that back in core charges or more, whatever. I'm still mad that this is costing me like $200 because I had to get new brake pads and new calipers with pistons and clips and everything. So I get all that. We come home. I get the Jeep up in the air. I'm sorry. Actually, before we went and got all that. Ooh, I'm tired. I get a Dremel with a grinder attachment, and I start grinding the spinners off of these locking lug nuts, because they're not just regular locking lug nuts. They have to be the fancy schmancy kind with the freaking spinners on them. So I grind those off, peel them, like pry them off, and then let's for time's sake say extract the lug nuts off in a not so pleasant manner. I had to bang on a 12-point socket and then force them off, pretty much stripping the sockets. Well, the Japanese ones, but the American ones, they were good. So buy good tools is lesson in a lesson. So we got the wheels off, threw the locking lug nuts away. Those are garbage. I'm pretty sure I'm going to post up a YouTube video on how I did it too. So all you women who want to know how this works or want to see a woman doing it, I did it all myself. My husband held the camera and handed me tools because he's supportive and he is not afraid to have a strong woman in his life. Oh yeah. I know a few guys who could learn a thing or two about that, because a man who can handle a strong woman is sexy. Anyway, so tires are off, Jeep is up, calipers come off, brake pads come off, and sure enough, I was dead on right. The caliper piston had like indented the brake pad. It was just bad, okay? If you're familiar with vehicles and cars, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was crap pot. I was like, oh my God. So I replaced the caliper. Now, when you do this, you have to bleed the brakes and put new brake fluid in and other things. And I was prepared and I did it all correctly, but I haven't done any of this in about 20-something years, since I was in my dad's garage getting punished for skipping school and, you know, staying out past curfew. So I'm doing all this stuff, half scared, half adrenaline rush because I'm excited and pumping and whatever, but I did it. It took all day, all morning. You can say I wasted the day, whatever, but I did it. I had a wonderful, supportive husband standing next to me, helping me when I needed it, handing me tools, helping me to make the video so I can, you know, maybe show some other women that it doesn't matter who you are. I'm freaking 40 and I'm doing this. So I changed. We got one whole one done. I got to do the other side later because they got to match. So if there is anything going on in your life that you think you can't do, shut up. You can. It really comes down to, do you want to bad enough or do you not want to bad enough? Because I guarantee you, you can take out the garbage. You can change a flat tire. You can fix your car. You can, you know, fix a dryer or a refrigerator or whatever is going wrong in your life. You can rewire, you know, your TV through whatever. You just don't want to. Bad enough. That is okay. I'm not trying to bully you or guilt you. I'm just trying to get you to realize that you can if you choose to. You don't have to if you choose not to. If you want someone else to come in there, if you want to pay a guy, if you got a neighbor, if you got a boyfriend, a husband, a father, an uncle, a brother, or whatever, let him do it if that's what suits you. But if you're more like me and you want to do it on your own and you got something to prove to yourself, or you just don't like depending upon other people, girlfriend, I got your back. And I'm feeling pretty dang proud of myself right now. I accomplished something today. It boosted confidence, made me feel great about myself, made me feel confident in my abilities. I know I can do anything. I had two really great parents. I love them both. Who instilled some very good things in me, taught me some pretty good things. And look how it's turning out for me. So chapter 2, unit 2, whatever you want to call this. I don't even know. I'm probably going to watch this one in like 10 years when I'm like 50 and going, oh my God, why didn't I wear makeup? So, you can. You can, you can, you can. You can, you will. It's okay. Get out there. Don't be afraid. Borrow tools if you have to. Ask your neighbor, ask your coworker, whatever. Do what you got to do to get things done. I spent around $300 to do this on my own. It probably would have cost me about $2,000 to $3,000 if I would have taken it to a shop. So I definitely saved myself some money. Did it cost me time? Yeah, it did. Did it cost me a lot of frustration? Oh yeah, it did. But everything I got out of it was so much better. I fixed my own car, y'all. Yes. Now I can drive it with ease. I just got to check and do the other one tomorrow. I was really, really happy. I'm going to let my husband do the other one with me a little bit more now that I accomplished myself. So I'm kind of getting back into the things that used to make me feel me when I was a teenager, when I was young, when I was fearless and conquering the world. So, yeah, that's what chapter 2 is all about this week. Self-empowerment. Rob Schneider, Waterboy. You can do it. Oh boy, I got problems. Slap happy. All right, so I'm going to jet out of here because I'm really tired of being in my bathroom. I'm locked in here so that nobody can bother me and I can make this video. You can take out bags under my eyes. I am dirty, covered in icky car stuff. Need to get showered, change my clothes and all that stuff and get into bed. So until next week, we'll hit chapter 3 of this weekly, oh my God, I'm turning 40 journey. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.